Imagine having a secret weapon that could transform your financial life. A tool so simple yet so powerful it could attract wealth to you like a magnet. What if I told you that this tool is something you already have? It's your words. Yes, you heard that right. The words you speak have the power to shape your reality, including your financial reality. And today, I'm going to share with you a simple affirmation that, when used correctly, can dramatically change your relationship with money and open doors to abundance you never thought possible. But this isn't just about repeating a phrase and magically becoming rich overnight. It's about understanding the deep connection between your thoughts, your words, and the world around you. It's about tapping into a universal principle that has been used by successful people throughout history. This principle is so profound, yet so often overlooked, that once you grasp it, you'll wonder how you ever lived without it. Now you might be thinking, come on, how can words make me rich? I get it. I was skeptical too when I first heard about this. But stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only understand how this works, but you'll have the tools to start applying it in your own life right away. And the best part? It doesn't require any special skills or knowledge. It doesn't matter where you're starting from financially. All it takes is your commitment and a willingness to open your mind to new possibilities. So are you ready to discover this life-changing affirmation? Are you ready to take the first step towards a wealthier, more abundant life? Great, because we're about to dive deep into the world of affirmations and the incredible power they hold. But remember, this isn't just about getting rich. It's about changing your entire perspective on wealth and abundance. It's about aligning yourself with the natural flow of prosperity that exists in the universe. And it all starts with a simple phrase that you'll learn today. Before we get to the affirmation itself, it's crucial to understand the foundation it's built on. This foundation is something called the mirror principle. Now don't worry if you've never heard of this before. I'm going to break it down in a way that's easy to understand and apply to your life. The mirror principle states that the world around us is essentially a reflection of our inner thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes. In other words, what we see in our lives, our circumstances, our relationships, our financial situation, is mirroring back to us what's going on inside our minds. It's like the universe is one big mirror, constantly showing us the results of our dominant thoughts and beliefs. This might sound a bit out there at first, but think about it for a moment. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to always land on their feet, no matter what life throws at them? Or how others seem to be constantly struggling, even when things are going well? The mirror principle suggests that this isn't just luck or coincidence. It's a direct result of the thoughts and beliefs these people hold about themselves and the world. When it comes to wealth and abundance, this principle is especially powerful. If you constantly think thoughts of lack and scarcity, guess what? The mirror of reality will reflect back circumstances that match those thoughts. You might find yourself always just scraping by, or feeling like you can never get ahead financially. On the flip side, if your thoughts are filled with abundance and possibility, you'll start to see opportunities for wealth and growth all around you. But here's the really exciting part. Once you understand this principle, you can use it to your advantage. You can consciously choose the thoughts and beliefs you want to see reflected in your reality. And that's exactly what we're going to do with our wealth affirmation. We're going to harness the power of the mirror principle to start reflecting back a reality of abundance and prosperity. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. If it's this simple, why isn't everyone rich? Well, the truth is, most people aren't aware of this principle. They go through life reacting to their circumstances, not realizing that they have the power to shape those circumstances with their thoughts. And even those who are aware often struggle to change deep-seated beliefs about money and wealth that they've held for years, maybe even decades. That's where our affirmation comes in. It's designed to work with the mirror principle, gradually shifting your thoughts and beliefs about wealth in a positive direction. And as your inner world changes, you'll start to see those changes reflected in your outer world. It's not instant, and it does take consistent effort, but the results can be truly life-changing. Now that we understand the mirror principle, let's talk about affirmations and why they're such a powerful tool for changing our reality. An affirmation is simply a positive statement that you repeat to yourself regularly. It's a way of consciously choosing the thoughts you want to dominate your mind. And when it comes to creating wealth, choosing the right thoughts is absolutely crucial. You see, our minds are incredibly powerful, but they're also creatures of habit. They tend to fall into patterns of thinking, both positive and negative. If you've spent years thinking that money is hard to come by, or that you're not good with finances, those thoughts have created deep grooves in your mind. They've become your default way of thinking about money. And according to the mirror principle, those thoughts are being reflected back to you in your financial reality. Affirmations work by creating new thought patterns. When you repeat a positive statement about wealth regularly, you're essentially carving new grooves in your mind. You're creating new neural pathways that support a more abundant, prosperous way of thinking. At first, these new thoughts might feel strange or even false. That's normal. It's just your old thought patterns resisting change. But with consistent repetition, these new positive thoughts about wealth will become more and more natural. But affirmations aren't just about positive thinking. They're about aligning your conscious mind with your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is incredibly powerful. It's like a supercomputer that's running in the background, influencing your decisions, your actions, and even your ability to recognize opportunities. When you use affirmations, you're programming your subconscious mind with new instructions. You're telling it, "This is what I want to believe about money and wealth." And here's where it gets really interesting. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's imagined. When you repeat an affirmation with feeling and belief, your subconscious accepts it as true. And once your subconscious believes something, it goes to work making that belief a reality. It starts to notice opportunities you might have missed before. It gives you nudges to take actions that align with your new belief. It even influences how others perceive and interact with you. This is why the right affirmation, used consistently and with genuine feeling, can be so powerful in attracting wealth. It's not just about saying some words. It's about using those words to fundamentally shift your relationship with money on a subconscious level. And when that shift happens, the results can be truly remarkable. Now, I want to be clear. Affirmations are not a magic spell. You can't just repeat a phrase a few times and expect money to fall from the sky. Creating real, lasting change requires consistency and patience. It's about gradually replacing old, limiting beliefs with new, empowering ones. And as those new beliefs take root, you'll start to see changes in your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your financial reality. But here's the beautiful thing. Anyone can do this. You don't need any special skills or knowledge. You don't need to have a certain background or education. All you need is the willingness to try, the consistency to keep at it, and the openness to allow new possibilities into your life. In the next section, we're going to dive into the specific affirmation that can help you attract wealth. We'll break down why it works and how to use it effectively. But before we do that, I want you to take a moment to reflect on your current thoughts about money. Are they mostly positive or negative? Do you believe that wealth is possible for you, or does it seem out of reach? Understanding your starting point will help you appreciate the changes that are about to unfold as you begin using this powerful affirmation. Remember, every wealthy person started somewhere. Many of them used principles just like the ones we're discussing today to transform their financial lives. And if they can do it, so can you. The power to change your financial reality is within you, and it starts with the thoughts you choose to think and the words you choose to say. So let's move on to the affirmation that can start this transformation for you. Now let's get to the heart of the matter, the affirmation itself. Are you ready? Here it is. I am a money magnet. Wealth flows to me easily and abundantly. Take a moment to say it out loud. How does it feel? This simple phrase is your key to unlocking a world of financial abundance. Let's break down why this affirmation is so powerful. First, I am a money magnet. This part of the affirmation is all about identity. You're not just saying you want money or that you hope to attract money. You're declaring that attracting money is a fundamental part of who you are. It's like saying, I am tall or I am kind. You're making it an unquestionable aspect of your being. The second part, wealth flows to me easily and abundantly, addresses how money comes to you. Notice the words flows, easily, and abundantly. These words paint a picture of wealth coming to you without struggle, in large quantities. This counters the common belief that making money has to be hard, or that there's never enough to go around. Now, when you first start saying this affirmation, it might feel strange or even false. That's okay. Remember, we're working on rewiring deep-seated beliefs about money. It's natural for your current beliefs to push back a little. The key is to keep going, to say the affirmation with as much feeling and belief as you can muster, even if you're not quite there yet. As you continue to use this affirmation, you'll start to notice changes. Maybe you'll feel more confident when thinking about money. Perhaps you'll start noticing opportunities you might have missed before. You might find yourself making decisions that align more with abundance than scarcity. These small shifts are signs that the affirmation is beginning to work its magic. But here's an important point. This affirmation isn't about sitting back and waiting for money to magically appear. It's about aligning your mind with abundance so that you're ready and able to receive wealth when opportunities arise. It's about training your brain to think like a wealthy person, to see the world through the lens of abundance rather than scarcity. You might be wondering, how can saying a few words really change my financial situation? It's a fair question, and the answer lies in the fascinating world of neuroscience and psychology. Let's dive into how this affirmation actually works to reshape your reality. First, we need to understand a concept called neuroplasticity. This is your brain's ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections. Every time you think a thought or repeat a phrase, you're reinforcing certain neural pathways in your brain. The more you repeat a thought or phrase, the stronger that pathway becomes. When you consistently repeat the affirmation, "I am a money magnet. Wealth flows to me easily and abundantly," you're creating and strengthening neural pathways associated with wealth and abundance. Over time, these pathways become your brain's default way of thinking about money. Instead of automatically thinking, "I never have enough," or "money is hard to come by," your brain starts to automatically think, "I attract money, and wealth comes to me easily." But it's not just about changing your conscious thoughts. This affirmation also works on your subconscious mind, which is where many of our deep-seated beliefs about money reside. Your subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. When you repeat the affirmation with feeling, your subconscious begins to accept it as truth. As your subconscious mind accepts this new belief, it starts to influence your behavior in subtle but powerful ways. You might find yourself more open to financial opportunities. You might make decisions that align more with wealth building. You might even carry yourself with more confidence, which can affect how others perceive and interact with you in financial matters. There's also a psychological concept called the reticular activating system, RAS, at play here. The RAS is like a filter in your brain that decides what information from your environment gets through to your conscious awareness. When you repeatedly focus on wealth and abundance through your affirmation, you're training your RAS to notice opportunities for wealth in your environment. This is why people often report coincidences or lucky breaks when they start using affirmations. It's not that these opportunities weren't there before. It's that your brain is now primed to notice and act on them. Now that we understand how the affirmation works on a neurological and psychological level, let's talk about how to make it even more powerful. The key is feeling. When you say the affirmation, it's crucial to really feel the emotions associated with being wealthy. Why is feeling so important? Because emotions are the language of the subconscious mind. You can repeat an affirmation 1,000 times, but if you're not feeling it, you're not fully engaging your subconscious. It's like trying to plant a seed without watering it. The affirmation is the seed, but your emotions are the water that helps it grow. So, how do you add feeling to your affirmation practice? Start by closing your eyes and really imagining what it would feel like to be a money magnet, to have wealth flowing to you easily and abundantly. What emotions come up? Maybe it's excitement, joy, relief, or a sense of freedom. Whatever those emotions are, let yourself fully experience them as you say the affirmation. Imagine waking up in the morning and checking your bank account to see it growing steadily. Picture yourself easily paying all your bills and having plenty left over for savings and enjoyment. Feel the peace of mind that comes with financial security. Visualize yourself making confident financial decisions and watching your wealth multiply. As you do this, you might notice physical sensations in your body. Maybe you feel a warmth in your chest, a lightness in your shoulders, or a smile spreading across your face. These physical sensations are signs that you're really connecting with the feeling of the affirmation. The more vividly you can imagine and feel these scenarios, the more powerful your affirmation becomes. You're not just saying words. You're creating a multi-sensory experience that your subconscious mind accepts as real. And remember, your subconscious doesn't distinguish between what's real and what's vividly imagined. So by doing this, you're essentially giving your subconscious mind a new blueprint for your financial reality. It's also important to maintain a sense of gratitude as you practice your affirmation. Gratitude is a powerful emotion that aligns perfectly with abundance. As you say, "Wealth flows to me easily and abundantly." Feel grateful for the wealth you already have and for the wealth that's on its way to you. This attitude of gratitude further reinforces the belief in abundance and attracts more reasons to be grateful. Now, you might be thinking, but what if I don't feel wealthy right now? How can I feel something I haven't experienced yet? This is where your imagination comes in. Your mind is incredibly powerful, and it can create emotional responses to imagined scenarios. Think about how you can feel scared watching a movie, even though you know it's not real. You can use this same ability to generate positive emotions about wealth, even if your current circumstances don't reflect that yet. Start small if you need to. If imagining yourself as a millionaire feels too far-fetched right now, start by imagining how it would feel to have an extra $100 or $1,000. As you get comfortable with those feelings, gradually expand your vision. The key is to generate genuine, positive emotions around money and wealth. Remember, this is a practice. Like any skill, it gets easier and more natural with time. At first, you might feel silly or doubtful. That's okay. Just keep at it. With consistency, you'll find it easier to connect with those positive feelings of abundance. And as those feelings become more natural, you'll start to see changes in your thoughts, your actions, and ultimately, your financial reality. In the next sections, we'll discuss how to make this affirmation a consistent part of your life and how to deal with doubts and setbacks along the way. Remember, you're not just saying words, you're reprogramming your mind for wealth and abundance. And with each repetition, each feeling of abundance, you're one step closer to making that wealth a reality in your life. Now that you understand the power of the affirmation and how to infuse it with feeling, let's talk about the crucial element that ties it all together: consistency. You see, rewiring your brain for wealth isn't a one-time event. It's an ongoing process that requires regular practice. Think of it like working out. You wouldn't expect to get fit by going to the gym once, right? The same principle applies here. Consistent repetition of your affirmation is what turns it from a mere phrase into a powerful tool for transformation. So, how often should you practice your affirmation? Ideally, you want to make it a daily habit. Many people find it helpful to incorporate their affirmation practice into their existing routines. For example, you might say your affirmation first thing in the morning as you're getting ready for the day. This sets a positive tone and primes your mind for abundance right from the start. Another great time to practice is just before bed. Your mind is more receptive to new ideas when you're in a relaxed state, making this an ideal time to implant positive beliefs about wealth. Plus, your subconscious mind continues to process information while you sleep, so you're essentially programming it to work on attracting wealth even as you rest. But don't limit yourself to these times. The beauty of this affirmation is that you can use it anytime, anywhere. Stuck in traffic? Use that time to repeat your affirmation. Waiting in line at the grocery store? That's another opportunity. The more you repeat it throughout the day, the faster you'll start to see results. Now you might be wondering, how many times should I repeat the affirmation There's no magic number, but a good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 10 to 15 repetitions each time you practice. Remember, it's not just about quantity, but quality. One repetition said with deep feeling and belief is more powerful than 100 repetitions said mechanically. It's also helpful to write down your affirmation. The act of writing engages different parts of your brain, reinforcing the message even further. Try writing it out 10 times each morning, really focusing on the meaning of each word as you write. You could even create a beautiful poster of your affirmation and hang it somewhere. You'll see it often. As you make your affirmation practice a consistent habit, you'll start to notice changes. At first, these might be subtle. Maybe you'll feel a little more optimistic about money, or you'll notice a small, unexpected windfall. Don't discount these small signs. They're evidence that your new way of thinking is starting to take root. Over time, with continued practice, you'll likely see bigger changes. Your decisions around money might shift. You might find yourself more open to financial opportunities. You might even notice that others respond to you differently when it comes to money matters. These are all signs that your affirmation practice is working, reshaping your reality to align with your new beliefs about wealth. As you embark on this journey of transformation, it's important to be prepared for moments of doubt. They're a natural part of the process, and knowing how to handle them can make all the difference in your success. You see, when you start using this affirmation, you're challenging beliefs about money that you might have held for years, maybe even decades. These old beliefs don't just disappear overnight. They might push back, causing you to question whether this affirmation thing really works. You might find yourself thinking, "This is silly. How can saying a phrase make me rich?" Or you might look at your current financial situation and think, "Who am I kidding? I'm not a money magnet." These doubts are normal. In fact, they're a sign that your affirmation is working, challenging your old way of thinking. So how do you deal with these moments of doubt? First, acknowledge them. Don't try to push them away or feel bad for having them. Simply recognize them for what they are, the old programming trying to reassert itself. Then, gently but firmly, return your focus to your affirmation. You might even want to create a secondary affirmation to use in these moments of doubt. Something like, "It's okay to have doubts, but I choose to focus on abundance." This acknowledges your feelings while reaffirming your commitment to your new beliefs. Remember, doubt is not a sign of failure. It's a natural part of the growth process. Every time you choose your affirmation over your doubts, you're strengthening your new beliefs and weakening the old ones. It's like building a muscle. Each repetition makes you stronger. It can also be helpful to keep a journal of your journey. Write down any successes, no matter how small. Did you find $1 on the street? Write it down. Did you get an unexpected discount? Note it. These small wins serve as evidence that your new way of thinking is working, and they can be powerful motivators when doubt creeps in. Another powerful tool for overcoming doubt is visualization. When you feel doubtful, close your eyes and vividly imagine yourself living the wealthy life you desire. See yourself confidently making financial decisions, enjoying the freedom that comes with abundance, and easily attracting opportunities for wealth. The more real you can make this visualization, the more it reinforces your affirmation and counters your doubts. While the power of affirmations is undeniable, it's important to understand that they work best when combined with aligned action. You see, Affirmations are not about sitting back and waiting for wealth to magically appear. They're about reshaping your mindset so that you're primed to recognize and act on opportunities for wealth creation. As you consistently practice your affirmation, you'll likely start to feel inspired to take certain actions. You might feel a sudden urge to start a side business, to invest in something, or to learn more about personal finance. These inspirations are your intuition, guiding you towards opportunities that align with your new beliefs about wealth. It's crucial to act on these inspirations. When you do, you're showing the universe and yourself that you're serious about your new identity as a money magnet. You're putting your new beliefs into practice, and this is where real transformation happens. Now, this doesn't mean you should act recklessly or make risky financial decisions. Always use common sense and do your due diligence. But do be open to opportunities that you might have overlooked or been too afraid to pursue before. For example, you might feel inspired to start saving more money. This action aligns perfectly with your affirmation of being a money magnet. After all, magnets not only attract, but also hold on to what they attract. By saving more, you're demonstrating your ability to both attract and retain wealth. Or you might feel drawn to educate yourself about investing. This too aligns with your new identity. A true money magnet would naturally want to understand how to make their money work for them, right? By learning about investing, you're expanding your capacity to attract and grow wealth. Remember, these inspired actions don't have to be big or dramatic. Small, consistent actions can lead to big results over time. Maybe you start by setting aside an extra $10 a week for savings, or you spend 15 minutes a day reading about personal finance. These small actions, combined with your consistent affirmation practice, can lead to significant changes in your financial life. As you take these inspired actions, you'll start to see evidence of your affirmation working in your life. This evidence further reinforces your belief, creating a positive feedback loop. You believe you're a money magnet, so you take actions aligned with that belief, which brings positive results, which strengthens your belief even more. It's also important to pay attention to your everyday decisions and behaviors around money. Are they aligned with your affirmation? For instance, if you say you're a money magnet, but then you constantly complain about prices or feel guilty about spending money on yourself, you're sending mixed messages to your subconscious mind. Start to notice these subtle behaviors and adjust them to align with your affirmation. Practice feeling abundant even when making small purchases. Express gratitude for the money that flows out, as well as the money that flows in. These small shifts in behavior can have a big impact on your overall financial energy. As we wrap up this journey into the power of affirmations for wealth attraction, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've covered. We've explored the mirror principle and how it shapes our reality. We've delved into the science behind affirmations and how they rewire our brains for success. We've learned a powerful affirmation for attracting wealth and discussed how to supercharge it with emotion. We've also talked about the importance of consistency, how to deal with doubt, and why taking inspired action is crucial to your success. Now, it's time for you to take this knowledge and put it into practice. Remember, transforming your financial reality is not an overnight process. It requires patience, persistence, and faith. There may be times when you doubt yourself or question whether this really works. In those moments, come back to your affirmation. Come back to the feeling of being a money magnet, of having wealth flow to you easily and abundantly. As you continue this practice, be open to the changes that come. They might start small, an unexpected refund, a great deal on something you need, or a new money-making idea. Celebrate these small wins. They're signs that your new way of thinking is taking root. Over time, you may notice bigger shifts. Your relationship with money might change. You might find yourself making smarter financial decisions naturally. Opportunities for wealth creation might seem to appear out of nowhere. This is your new reality as a money magnet manifesting itself. Remember, you have the power to shape your financial destiny. It starts with your thoughts, is amplified by your words, and is brought to life by your actions. This simple affirmation, "I am a money magnet. Wealth flows to me easily and abundantly," is your key to unlocking a world of financial abundance. So go forth with confidence. Repeat your affirmation daily, feel it deeply, and act on your inspirations. Embrace your identity as a money magnet. The wealthy life you desire is not just a possibility. With consistent practice and belief, it's an inevitability. Your journey to financial abundance starts now. Embrace it, enjoy it, and watch as your life transforms in amazing ways. Remember, you are a money magnet, and wealth is flowing to you easily and abundantly. Now go out there and claim your abundant life.